President Trump focusing on a forward-looking vision of what the Republican Party will look like, what the conservative movement will look like, and what America will look like. We know the president has been silenced. He's been taken off these major platforms by the big tech companies and by so many Democrats who want to shame him and shame his supporters. And we at CPAC believe that it's important for the president to have a voice, for the president to be able to speak, because as we know, we want every American to know that their right to freely speak in America is still protected.
It's former White House Communications Director Mercedes Schlapp talking about what we might hear from President Trump at CPAC next weekend. Let's talk about that and the future of the Republican Party with Mike Huckabee. He's Fox News contributor and former Arkansas governor. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Will. Good morning, Pete.
How are you?
Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about first the immediate future next weekend, what we might hear from President Trump, and then a little bit longer term future, what the Republican Party should look like. You know, Governor, I think what many people appreciated about President Trump over the last several years was the positioning of being on offense as opposed to defense, whether or not that comes to media pushback, but also, I believe, in shaping policies that apply to modern America. What would those policies continue to look like? What should they continue to look like going forward for the Republican Party?
You know, Will, I think the first thing that the president should say when he gets to the podium at CPAC is, "Y'all miss me yet?" And when he says that, the place is going to erupt. I'm not sure if he'll ever get the podium back because it's going to be such cheering. Yes, we do miss him. We miss pro-life policies. We miss pro-America policies. We miss the pushback against China rather than surrendering to them. We miss the independence of having an America that doesn't surrender to the Paris Climate Accords and that actually pushes for a realignment of the Middle East. We miss the kind of job opportunities for minorities, women, that we had under President Trump. This is a president who accomplished what he never got credit for. Never, because the media hated him so much. But there are many of us in America, including especially the 74 million who voted for him, more than ever voted for a Republican presidential candidate in history, who appreciate his policies. This was never about his personality. It was about the things that he did as president. And boy, do we miss them now.
Yeah, Governor, you said missed me yet, and what he did as president. Here's a list of the types of things that Joe Biden is trying to undo from the Trump era. Expansion of immigration enforcement, Paris Climate Accord, Keystone XL pipeline, regulatory approval process, ending the 1776 Commission, reversing the ban on transgender, joining the military, reversing Trump's lifting of tariffs. It goes on and on to include our border is open, Governor, but our schools are closed. At what point do you think this really starts to resonate with people?
Well, I think it already is resonating with people. People are beginning to wake up and realize Joe Biden is no moderate. You know, I had friends that they just didn't like some of the things that President Trump said. So they said, you know, Joe Biden is a moderate. We can live with him. I haven't heard a peep out of him since he was sworn in and started using his pen to sign things that I'm pretty sure he has no idea what he's actually signing. But the impact of those signatures on executive orders, record amount, is having a devastating impact on American lives. And people are, I hope, waking up to the fact that Donald Trump was the best president we've had in certainly my lifetime in getting things done. And these Republicans who say, oh, I'm glad the era of Trump is over. Be careful. It is not over. For many of us, we are hoping and pushing that the policies that President Trump stood for and implemented are the policies that will shape the Republican future, because we like lower taxes, deregulation, a more stable world, and America first rather than America last, and America going around bowing down to people and apologizing. That's not the America we love. We love a strong America, and we had that under President Trump.